Good morning, how are you? It's not very inspiring out there. It's a very misty, murky, cold, damp morning. So I've got a little bit of an hard stop time-wise today, so I'm going to just be in here for an hour or so. But before I start in the morning, I just like to walk the girls around the garden, check the chickens. It's really hard on days like today to get the girls away from the fire, especially Gracie. She just doesn't want to come out. And I don't blame her, to be fair. She's 11 years old, so I suppose she's 77 years old in humans terms, so maybe when I'm 77 years old I won't want to leave the fireside. So I thought I'd just unbox an Amazon package that came yesterday. Now I'm not going to show you the contents of the box because they're for later this week and I'll unveil them later this week. But one of the items I bought was a new memory card, a 256 gig one, because I always running out of memory space. I eat through a memory card pretty much every day. I've been running with 64 gig ones. I've got an 128 one, but this is a 256, so I can get about 6 or 7 hours of time on that card. And over the years of making YouTube videos, when I first started I had a little rubbish camera, and then I upgraded and bought a really nice Sony camera, and I found it too much faff setting it up for every shot, and also it was quite valuable, and unfortunately they get knocked over. I knocked this little camera over twice the other day when I took it shopping. I do get asked these questions quite a lot on YouTube, what do I use? So I use two cameras now. I have the DJI Action 4, which is bomb-proof camera, shoots in 4K, and I always shoot in 4K. I might not publish in 4K, but I shoot in 4K. And I have the DJI Pocket 3, which is a great quality camera for its size, but it's a little bit more temperamental. It's not shockproof, it's not dustproof, it's not waterproof. So I tend to use this when I know I'm not going to be making too much of a mess. But when I'm making a mess, like I were yesterday, cutting timber up, or I can place it at eye level, because if it falls off the shelf, I'm not that bothered. And if it broke, say the lens, then I can buy a replacement lens quite cheaply. And then the other thing, which you probably see a lot of YouTubers using this, the DJI 2 microphone is a fantastic little microphone, and it seamlessly pairs with these cameras as well. You can tell how popular and how good a job DJI have done with these microphones, because pretty much every YouTube content creator has one. But if you want, you can just magnetize it to something. Right, back to the barn. So I've got an hour this morning because I'm going out, so I'm actually going to set the timer on my iPad for an hour and try and get as much done in an hour as I can. But the job today is to start to set out this wall. I've got a couple of options with this wall. I can put a frame inside that bay, and then that bay, so basically 3 frames, plumb them all, line them all up. Or the thing I'm going to try and do initially, and I'll know in a few minutes when I set this out, is try and run my studs full height and just half-lap them over this central noggin. If I can do that without cutting too much out of the back of my stud, the 38mm thick, if I can say remove 10-15 millimeters out of the back, I'm going to do that. So first of all, I need to just work out how much I need to remove. I'm going to put them at around about 600 centres. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to need about 6 of them. So we can cut them, just mark out the half laps, cut the half laps. But first, I'm just going to set my timer on my iPad for 1 hour. Let's see how much I get done in 1 hour. And then once I'm come back later this afternoon, if I feel like it, because it is cold and damp, I might come back in and do a little bit more. If not, I'll carry on tomorrow. Right, I'll put the microphone away and we'll crack on. It's a bit like me, that iPad, it doesn't like the cold. I'll adopt half of my menacing look that I had yesterday. Good thing about this massive hat is it fits right over my headphones. Gosh, freezing cold. Oh, yes. $155, 111, 45 mil. Not going to work then. Hey! 155. La la. 58. In fact, it's that good, it's perfect. Clang, clang. All I see. Mama. 1265. That's it, that's my hour. I actually got more done there than I thought I would. So we've got 0, 6, 12, just sly of 18 there because of this upright. And then there's end one, and I've got that one fixed there to take the end of the 2 metre boards coming this way. And this one I was just starting to mark out. I just need to half-lap this over there to take the 2 metre boards from there. So I have very little offcuts of boards. So I'll see whether I come back later this afternoon or actually be this evening. But for now I need to go and get my party dress on. I just need some more fixings in to secure it. And then I'm going to put the bash on, that black sheet. It's actually a garden weed membrane, it's called bash here. Just to stop insects and stuff coming through all these holes. And also it lets the barn breathe. It's not like a polythene sheet that's holding moisture, and it's really cheap. It's like £2 for a roll, so, or €2 for a roll. Put the insulation in. Now because these are actually stud proud of the backboards, I'm hoping I can just weave it in behind, or if not I'll just cut it and put it between. And it comes to my point for framing this out, that in woodwork there is many ways to skin a cat. Anything is possible. There's no right, there's no wrong. As long as it's plumb, straight, square, then it's a job done. Right, I'll see you again later, guys. See you later. Bye. Just shows how out of plumb everything is in ceiling boards going like that. It's I can assure you these are plumb, these things I've just put in. But it looks like everything's falling over.